Once upon a time, there was this boy wolf walking through the woods, and he bumped into this young lady with a red hoodie on. Rubbish camouflage. Stood out like a sore thumb, but she didn't seem to care about hiding or any of that. Anyway, she started asking the wolf all sorts of questions like, "Where are you going? What are you doing? Are you carrying anything sharp in your pocket?" That kind of thing. And the wolf hadn't had that much experience talking to ladies or girls, so he said, "My, what big eyes you got?" Because he thought she had big eyes. And she said, "All the better to see you with." Which the wolf thought was a bit personal, so he ran off. He weren't scared of her, he just didn't feel comfortable. The wolf was on his way to visit his grandma. She lived in the middle of the woods with the rest of their pack in a proper house, not vans or tents or out. But what the wolf didn't know was that the young lady in the red hoodie had taken a shortcut to the pack village and got to Grandma's cottage ahead of him. So she knocks on the door and says, "It's your grandson, the wolf." Grandma lets her in, and the grandma says, "My, what big eyes you got?" Because she'd noticed the girl's big eyes as well. And then she says, "My, what big teeth you got?" Because the girl had got fangs and she's really a vampire. That's right. And the vampire girl suddenly pulls out an axe and chops off Grandma's head. Then a bit later, the boy wolf turns up at Grandma's house and comes in and finds the vampire girl in the red hoodie pretending to be Grandma. And he's saying that the girl's got big eyes and teeth and all that, but he's starting to cotton on. And the vampire girl attacks. But luckily the rest of the village heard all the noise and came rushing in and saved the day. And the wolf's dad staked the vampire and they all lived happily ever after. That were always the way my dad told the story, more or less. But I was never that keen on the ending. And I didn't like the idea of the woman killing the grandma and being a vampire. It wasn't much of a happy ending for the grandma or the lady in the hoodie. Or the boy wolf. So we had a bit of a think. And I think it should go like this. The woman in the red hoodie gets to Grandma's house like before, but the reason that she gets there so fast is because she's a wolf too. It was like a surprise, and when the young boy wolf gets there, he finds out that she's his one true love. But he doesn't have to talk to her out. They both just know. And the whole village comes to the wedding, and they get married, and only after that they try and make some babies. And then they live happily ever after. I think that's a better ending.